With Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Colvin. It is Thursday, November 17th. Tonight, the Town Council meets, and for 5 of our 13 councilors, it will be the last time at the dais. Jim Munifo, Jim Crocker, and Hank Farnham were defeated at the polls last week, and councilors Greg Milne and Richard Berry are term limited. The council has a lengthy agenda to attend to this evening, including approval of executive session meeting minutes from March 17th and a potential vote on the fiscal 12 tax factor. Town Council meets tonight at 7 p.m. in the Town Hall hearing room. You can watch live on Channel 18. Models and methods created by the Massachusetts Estuary Project are valid. A panel of 6 experts presented preliminary findings at yesterday's Cape Cod Water Protection Collaborative meeting. More than 100 people from across Cape Cod crowded into the Town Hall hearing room yesterday to witness the presentation. Chairman of the panel of scientists, Dr. Victor Bierman, talks about the scientist process.
As pointed out, the panel has been hard at work now for about 10 weeks. We've been reviewing reports, the MEP reports. We were asked to focus primarily on the Pleasant Bay system and the Bournes Pond case study. We reviewed many other documents, reports, literature, references, and so on. And we had a extremely productive meeting on Monday, all-day meeting with the SMAS staff, USGS, DEP, and county people, and we had the opportunity to hear their presentations and engage in a discussion, question and answer session with them. Today, excuse me, today the purpose of this meeting is for the panel to present our preliminary findings, and as Andrew pointed out, in about a month we'll have a written report for the board review. But I have to say that we not only worked hard day and night, actually, the last 3 days, but it was productive, it was fun, and learning. Every time a professional does something like this, you learn. We learned a great deal about the MEP modeling approach. We learned a great deal about each other because there was a great dynamic among the group. And I just wanted to acknowledge that, and I'm sure I speak for the panel.
The panel unanimously agreed that the Mass Estuaries Project's models are accurate.
What does the TMDL do? The TMDL uses the MEP models. It links the threshold nitrogen concentration in the estuary from under bullet 1 back to the nitrogen loads from the watershed. And basically that's how the TMDL is, conceptually how the TMDL flows. Next slide, please. Okay. Excuse me. The panel was asked to address 2 charge questions. And I think it's important. I put them up here, and I'll read through it because there are some key words I want to focus on. Is the MEP modeling approach scientifically defensible and functionally adequate? Those are the key phrases to us in terms of our findings. To be relied upon in the development and implementation of appropriate nitrogen TMDLs for the estuaries and embayments of Cape Cod in support of the state's comprehensive wastewater management planning and EPA Clean Water Act requirements, and in developing overall wastewater and nutrient management plans for Cape Cod to meet the TMDLs. So really, we ask ourselves, scientific defensibility and functionally adequate. Those are key questions. Next slide, please. It is the unanimous opinion of this panel, we find that the MEP modeling approach is scientifically defensible. There are 3 principal high-level reasons for that finding. First, it is consistent with the best understanding of existing conditions for Cape Cod estuaries based on available data. Yes, there are models. We talk about an MEP modeling, but it all starts with the data. It all starts with the data. The component models, the hydrodynamic model, the water quality model, they are well known, they are documented and tested. These models weren't made up for this project. They've been around a long time. Another key feature is that it's not just a watershed model. It doesn't just compute how much nitrogen is loaded into the estuaries. It actually links the watershed nitrogen loads, they're the data-driven loads, and they're quantitatively linked to estuary nitrogen concentrations. It's a very important linkage.
Results given Wednesday were preliminary. A full report is expected to be in the board's hands within a month. The Cape Cod Maritime Museum would like to construct a pole barn boat shed. Last night, the plan went before the Hyannis Main Street Waterfront Historic District Commission. The boat shed would be constructed in a traditional fashion. Here, Maritime Museum Representative Craig Ashworth discusses the plan with the Historic Commission, who ultimately approved that project.
Well, I think what we did here is we, based on some of our early previews, we added some windows for, light, which is important for varnishing.
Yes.
Multiple panes. I think we've made some significant improvements. This side is never seen. That is facing the building. That is 1.5 feet off of the existing building.
Really?
Yep. You will never see that.
So how do you get the door in there?
This is the door right here. This door goes into the door of the other building. There's an adjacent door opposite that. That's what explains the asymmetry.
Everybody had a chance to review the
I'm a little lost
drawings?
on this thing. I got this picture here, and I'm trying to read the plan. So
That picture, was an early preliminary concept.
Preliminary type of thing.
Yeah,
Right,
and that
okay.
was done last summer, and then
Okay.
we had a meeting just to kind of review and comment, and then this is the outcome incorporating the changed elements to that.
Okay. The changed elements are largely the windows.
Essentially addition of windows on the gable end side.
Okay.
There was an increase in height of about 3 feet. That's more a function given the length of the building and the ability to get appropriate size. This is for storage of the catboat that was built at the museum. That's the floating ambassador. We need about 9.5, 10 feet comfortably to get it in.
Okay.
And we have pretty good plans for the building for some ongoing projects.
Craig, it's hard to tell by the rendering and the plot plan. What is it, connected with an overhang?
It is not connected to the building.
It's not?
No.
Okay.
No. This is an unheated building. It is, the bottom of the building is open for about 7 or 8 inches to allow A, ventilation, B, floodwaters, because we are in a floodplain. This is a driven pile system.
Yeah, it's a pole-supported structure, and the poles support it at the eave rather than at the wall plate.
Yeah. It's a very traditional style of building. Boat sheds were purpose-built as opposed to designed around any particular criteria. Lighting was important for varnish work, painting. They didn't use a lot of lights. And again, this building is to be a working facility. It's to be used for exhibition when it's not in use for boat storage and maintenance for the Sarah. This boat will be used for the shed will be used for exhibits and also for hands-on construction and restoration projects. The programs for the boat building classes and restoration have just taken off over there. We've had tremendous growth in this area.
The pole barn, the marquee windows, and the dormers. What dormers?
I don't
As
know
part of
why
the
they call
marquee
it-
window?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the part that overlaps the roof as part of the marquee window. So that's the work that has been advertised, and that's part of the problem. We have to advertise.
No, I
So-
think I'm happy coming back, and I think I can provide some more clarity on your questions about paint colors and resolution of things like that.
Gives you something else to talk about for
There you
finishing
go.
the building off instead of doing a mural.
Good move, we accept what has been proposed.
As
As far as
represented,
the shed, the dormers
Windows and dormers.
and the windows.
we have a motion to accept, and we have a second from Paul. Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining?
I think it's not.
Looking forward. Thank you very much.
Work is now underway on the Bourne Bridge. Drivers should expect delays as travel over the bridge is restricted to one lane in either direction 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Work will halt from noon next Wednesday through 9 a.m. the following Monday to allow for smooth Thanksgiving weekend travel. In Hyannis, crews will begin work to repair a pair of broken water valves on North Street tonight. Work is set to begin at 9:30 p.m. It should wrap up by 2 a.m. The long-debated casino bill is now on Governor Deval Patrick's desk awaiting signature. The governor will most likely sign the bill before Thanksgiving. The House and Senate gave the green light to the often controversial legislation earlier this week, paving the way for 3 resort-style casinos and 1 slot parlor here in the Bay State. The Mashpee-Wampanoag tribe is expected to receive one of the licenses. With Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Colvin.